Hello there, this is Cheryl Lentz, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, doing my follow-up Friday. So I didn't get as much done as I was hoping. Yesterday I was busy running around. I did get my nails done and that kind of things that needed to get done. But I have a couple of things to show you, and I also I'm going to give you the sizes and the information on one of the cards I've shown previously. Let's see here, this one with this card. So I would just tell you what I used and what we have in our buckets here when they're coming to class to make that card. So let me turn the camera around. We'll get started. I'll show you my alternatives. I got 3 done. Alternatives for the paper pumpkin kit, the Spooky Treats paper pumpkin kit. And then I'll give you the measurements and the information on that stamp or that card. So okay, here we go. Super fast today. Turn the camera around. I gotta stand up. That takes a minute. Okay, here we go. I'm turning the camera. So I have it over my power button. So I keep making the camera go out. Okay, ta-da. Oh my goodness sakes. It's a crazy day. It's a crazy day. Okay, so I received yesterday my little this packet where I had not bought this birthday piggy, and now we have it in a bundle where you can get all these cool dies that go with it. And so I had talked about the plaid belly band being that you could use it for anything, right? For a birthday or something like that. So I pulled out this little cute little pig riding the car, and I put it on this belly band. So you could give a happy birthday treat. So I used all the colors in here. So I used the combo Orchid Oasis. Combo, let's see, what is this one? I think I used, no, this is Orchid Oasis. This is Fresh Freesia. Duh, okay. So Fresh Freesia, Orchid Oasis. I used black for the wheels. I used dark So Saffron. And then for the dirt, my favorite light, I used light soft suede. But here's my cute little, and I put on a couple of the stars, popped it up. And I know that the color that comes in is Orchid Oasis, but I thought the pig looked better in the Fresh Freesia. So that's what I did. And it matches, matchy. It's well. Pop that up, and there we go. You have a little happy birthday treat. So that was the first one I did. Move that stuff aside. Then I did this one. So the first thing I saw here was that I cut off the center piece, right, from this one. Here's the original. I cut this piece off, and then I put a window sheet on it and made it into a little shaker and put it on top of the Orchid Oasis one. So, but what I wanted to show you was the shaker. So inside, I'm not sure if you can see that. I'll stick up again. Inside of that, I stamped some little spiders. So they're in there too, but then I used my shaker, so it's kind of fun. You get a little sparkle, and you can see that. What I used for and you might have, this is something that's in the catalog that, sometimes we miss things that are in the catalog. On page 141, right here, number 2, for everything fancy sequence, it's $15, but look what you get. All 3 of these. Great colors. They have little sparkly things. They're all different. They're not just sequins. There's little circles and, shades of that color. And I just think they're really cool. So I used the blue in here because I thought it looked good with the Orchid Oasis. And then along with that, to make my shaker, I used our foam adhesive strips. So that's how I made this one, this cool. And this is in the annual, all this is in the annual catalog. Super easy, kind of fun, and so that there's something pretty that they could keep even when the candy is gone. It's kind of fun for a little one to play with. All right, then my very last one, I just did very simple. I did this one. So I stamped it comes with a stamp with all the little stars. So I stamped that on, and then I added some of our little shiny stars and just added 2 of them and just put a ghost couple together. And that's all. I could have done like a little bow or a little heart or something, but I just finished, so this is what I did. So hopefully I can come up with some more. So here is the originals. I'll do that, bring the original in here. Here's, on top is my remake of them. So here is my remake, and here's the original. Ta-da. So, kind of fun. I reversed this. I guess I didn't even realize that, but I put that up at the top. But there you go. So one other thing, like here, because I was doing white on white, I used that little tab that I could punch out. You can get that look, and it makes it look like it's you have a background or a layer behind it. All I do is I take my wide tip of my blend, and I just draw it along there. And you can make it a little bit thicker if you want to, but that's all I did was draw that along. And then when you put it on the white, you can see how it makes it stand out like there's a layer in there. So that's a little, if you hadn't done that before, it's kind of a little treat. So you don't have to layer something necessarily, but just lay down a little bit of color. So that's that. So here's that. Okay, ta-da, ta-da. That's my little boxes. So I hope to come back with some more on next Friday. I can come back and show you some more. And then they wanted to know the information on this card. So let me pull this over here. So I used Night of Navy on here. So the card base is Night of Navy. So the dimensions are 8.5 by 5.5, so half, scored at 4 1/4. And then you're also going to need another piece of Night of Navy. This piece here that goes on the front layer, which is 5 by 3 3/4. The inside, well, let's just do the outside. So, and then I had a lot of champagne foil left. You could use any foil. I think the foil looks super cool underneath, especially because we have this Lights Aglow. This circle die cut is from the Lights Aglow, which is in the holiday catalog. And that just kind of brings it out, right? It makes it just pop because you have all these little stars and now you have all these surrounding it. And then I used that too for this little die cut here. Let me pull this out. So the foil that I used is 5 1/4 by 4. And then you could actually cut this small piece, I just used it as an accent behind there. You could cut that from down here underneath, before you layer it all up. Just cut this piece out from there. So you don't have to actually have a separate strip to cover that, to make that out. Oopsie daisy. And let's see here. So, and then what we did is we just cut a piece of 5 by 3 3/4, which is the white piece inside. Okay. I had an extra piece of that same size in here. And that's what we used to stamp this on, to stamp this version on. So what you do, we have, Julie set it up on the Stamparatus. So when they come to class, they have the Stamparatus. I like to put either an ink pad or a stamp pad, a stamp case underneath here, just so that you don't put pressure on the hinges when you're inking up. She marked the corner here, so they just put your piece of, and you don't have to worry about getting this straight because you're going to cut it out. But by using the Stamparatus, if you don't get good coverage on this, you can just keep going back and covering it. I don't even see the ink pad in here. So here's the Night of Navy ink pad. Where'd they put it? I don't know. Okay, so here we go. So you just ink it up really good, like that. And then you can bring it down and just give it a good press. I know some people have some kind of little press thing they have. I have my nails. I have my hands. So I just use my hands, but very soft. There we go. And then, ta-da, there we go. You get that nice coverage. Then I color it, and I always color it before I cut it out because it's a lot easier to color when you have a bigger piece that you can turn around. Maybe people don't move it around as much as I do, but I move when I'm coloring. I'm like turning everything all the time. So there we go. That's how we're setting it up in class. Then I have, here we go, all the colors that I used. So for Joseph's cape, I used the combo of the Mossy Meadow. Okay, light and dark Mossy Meadow I used first. And then for his, I don't know what you call it, the other part of him, his outfit. This is ivory. I used crumb cake, light and dark crumb cake. So that's Joseph, okay? And for Mary, I used the light and dark Night of Navy. I believe that's what this is, yeah. So this is for Mary. For baby Jesus, I used the crumb cake too, okay? And the skin tone that they used on here is ivory. So you have the group of 10 skin tones. You can pick whatever you want, but they just used ivory on this one. So, ta-da. So you color it, and then you just hand cut it out, and then it's popped up on dimensionals, and then this is popped up too. The verses are all done in Night of Navy also. So, oh, and this inside layer, because I have to layer everything. If I'm using silver, or the champagne or silver, I use a smoky slate for a layer inside. If I'm putting gold on here, I would use soft suede inside. So I think that goes better with the foils that way. And then, yeah, this is that Lights of Glow. This is the die that they used to cut that out. So there you go. So I hope that answers the questions of what colors we used and how we made this card. Very simple card, really. But boy, it's been very popular in class. Lots of people. And I think because it's simple, but it looks a little more complicated than it is. So I did put some rhinestones here. I think we used, what did I use here? This faceted, what is it called? Elegant faceted gems. So we put one on either side, and I put one in the middle of the star here. So, ta-da. That's what we used. Oh, guess what? I did use one other thing. I used bronze for his staff. So that's with Joseph. There we go. So there we go. That's it. Very simple, but really it goes together fast. I do suggest using the Stamparatus because if you don't get a good coverage, you can go back and fix that. But it works very well. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm done chatting at you. Hello, Kathleen. Let me turn this around here. Sit back down. Okay, hopefully I don't set the alarm thing off again. There we go. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. I know it was super fast. I'm going to try to get some more done. I had my sutures out this morning, so I've been down here separating club orders and doing a lot of things, and I just didn't get time to sit here because I had to ice in between. So Monday, I start PT. Woo. So Tuesday, I'm sure I'll have a lot to talk about. Anyhow, have a great weekend. Stay safe. Stay with family and friends and enjoy your weekend. Today is my youngest son's birthday, so we're going to see them tonight. I'm excited about that. So happy birthday to Travis. All right, y'all take care. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.